Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Lizzie the Lightworker here. Welcome, guys, to my channel. Thanks for checking me out. Today I'm working on a reading for a divine female Cancer's energy and a divine male Sagittarius energy. And if you guys would like to see this in reverse, leave me a comment down below and I would be glad to do it. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel, please. If you're asking me for a reading, I would really appreciate that. It helps the channel grow so that we can all help get these messages out to people who need them positive and not what we want to hear, what we need to hear, guys, right? So also, I just want to mention that I have a twin flame support group I have opened up in Facebook that is private. I will leave a link in the description box for that. Let's jump into this reading. So we're going to get started with our divine female Cancer's energy. And then we'll talk about our male, and then we'll go in the middle. 90% of you are in separation, so I'm keeping these a little more separation sort of focused. If you would like readings too, I do private readings, okay? So if you would like something more personal. So let's get into this. So our divine female, our divine Cancer here. All right, so I'm feeling like she, in this union, let's just say in this union, coming into it, I feel like she may have expected a lot more out of our divine male, okay? I feel like she might have put a lot of time and energy and effort into this, and she may be feeling more like she couldn't really reap what she sowed. I do feel like there was some arguing, some fighting, some not seeing eye to eye, not being on the same page about things. Also sort of feeling a little bit defensive, like she had to defend her position here in her divine male's life. I also feel like they could not come to a compromise at all. They could not come to any sort of agreement or compromise when it comes to the depth of this relationship or what they both wanted out of it. I feel like she may have I'm already sensing she may have wanted a little bit more out of this. I do feel like she may have felt attacked at certain points in the relationship where, there was arguing on her own defense. Like she had to come to her own defense. And I do feel like it was difficult for her to separate from this, okay? I feel like she could have had a lot of opinions or a lot of offers for help or help see her through this, or people maybe trying to give her advice, and she may not have liked what she was hearing, or she may not been ready to hear, what she needed to hear, which does happen a lot, guys. It's so hard when we're in these unions and they just suddenly go wonky. When we are in union with our twin, whether it's crazy or not, whether we feel elevated or not, our twin is sort of opening us up and activating us in ways that we never have been before to make us want to better ourselves or face things about ourselves that we did not want to face in the past. So I'm feeling she could have had a little bit of trouble facing things about herself here. She may have not been ready for the intensity of this union that came about. But yeah, we're going to get some cards out now for our divine male. All right, yeah, I feel like he may have betrayed her in some way. Okay, sorry for the glare, guys. I'm trying to move these cards over. I feel like he betrayed her in a way a little bit here, okay? At Seven of Swords off the bat, I don't like that card because in a love reading, that's somebody that's cheating or being deceitful or not being completely honest. Also someone who's running away from things, okay, and can't face things. Just by this card, too, the Two of Swords, to me, this is saying that they're fighting themselves, okay? More so than fighting you, they're fighting themselves, okay? Also saying to me that somebody else was involved here and that they anticipated maybe that they could keep both people in their life, because to me this is saying that this is doing sort of like shady things to not get caught, but sometimes too this is saying to me that self-sabotage in a relationship, it's sabotaging the relationship whether you realize it or not. It's either conscious or subconscious. So he could have been sabotaging this relationship out of his own fears, his own insecurities, things he couldn't face about himself, things he couldn't face about the relationship, and just in general sort of walking through life with sort of a more entitled attitude, which is driven by ego, okay? And ego is the hardest thing to lose in twin flame union and twin flame separation. So yeah, I'm feeling like there was some sort of big fights here in the middle. Okay, we're getting this card. which is fighting, okay, and having to defend the position and sort of calling somebody out on their bullshit. And this is defending their position too in a way where they don't want you to know what's going on. They don't want you to find out what they're doing behind your back or what they are planning to do behind your back, okay? It's just having a seedy, shady behavioral pattern just in life in general. This male may do this with everyone, okay? They may do this with everybody that they encounter in life. It could be their friends, their family, it could be other relationships that they've had. They're just not ready to face things about themselves, okay? To me, this is saying you cannot face the truth, but you're also battling two sides of your mind, okay? So it's sort of like wanting to be good and do the right thing, but wanting to be bad and do bad things as well, okay? Or things that are harmful behaviors to yourself and others, okay? So I feel like there was a point where they just decided that maybe I'm feeling more, this might have been a little more mutual, but I'm feeling more like this was our divine female, like, look, I can't accept this. I can't put up with this. You know, she may have had her own opportunities to change things and she just didn't maybe have the strength to do it because she was battling all along with her divine male counterpart, okay? So I feel like, yes, they both are in a place where they need to think and they need to find answers within themselves. They need to try to figure things out. I feel like they're doing a lot of reflecting back on this. Okay, what went wrong? What should I have done? What could I have done? There's some resentment. There's a little bit of residual anger here, okay? And more so the fact that I feel like they both need to accept what happened and sort of start to move on from this, to take some steps to accepting their journeys, okay? Right now, both energies to me feel a little bit like they are in lower energies, okay? And that does happen too, because twin flame union and then separation causes us to examine things like we never have before. So our divine female is having trouble with that. Our divine male, I feel like he is sort of soul searching, looking for answers, looking within himself, trying to figure out, was this his twin or not? Was this what he wanted? Was this what he needed? Okay, I feel like he definitely is sort of carrying some burdens that he needs to sort of sort out or sort through, okay? I feel like single life was a little bit more meant for him in this time, that he needs to sort of be single and not involve himself in relationships at all at this time because he does have some inner issues he needs to work out. I feel the same for our divine female. I feel like this is not a time to have any other relationships or any other unions whatsoever. Not that they both want that, but sometimes after twin flame union and we go into separation, we sort of want to be validated. So sometimes a lot of the time we go into rebound situations where we try to find somebody that will validate us, even sexually. Even sexual validation sometimes fills the hole that feels like a piece of us has been ripped out when our twin is no longer around or no longer with us, okay? But just know that your separation, your bond is forever, okay? Cannot be severed at all. Whatever work you do on yourself transfers to your twin. Whatever work your twin does on their self transfers to you. Okay, so this relationship lacked balance, okay? But I am feeling like there was divine, sort of like divine intervention, I'm gonna call it. If they were both in these energies and there was, I feel like a lot of haste, a lot of things went to waste here. A lot of things went unrealized. A lot of things were scattered. Things that it was like not the right way could fit. I'm trying to explain it, like, you know, like the perfect puzzle piece, okay? So that wasn't happening. And to me, this is saying that, you know, more so the self-love and the self-acceptance needs to happen. So I feel like after they split up or after the separation has now occurred, that they are both being divinely guided. They do have energy divinely guiding them. They just have to open up to it. They just have to be willing to see it. Especially our divine female, you have to be more willing to see it and accept it. Okay, accept it for what it is. Take whatever you can that you learned from this situation and try to apply it to the rest now of your journey, okay? Yeah, and I do feel like there will be a new opportunity to talk. There will be a new opportunity to sort of revise everything that happened together, okay? to me, this is saying like a oneness can come back together, where you're more mature and you're more able to discuss this maturely. Okay, there is a little bit of immaturity here on both sides, and more so an emotional maturity. Okay, where there needs to be some emotional growth and some life lessons. So you can experience things. Okay, so I'm feeling like new experiences for both of these energies. Okay, and it could be new experiences with other people down the line, because like I said, this is not the time to have new experiences, not even high-level soulmate connections yet. This is a time really for self-focus and self-study. Okay, I feel like our divine male is doing self-study here. He's examining himself. Okay, and our divine female needs to take that next step to do the same thing. Okay, so I feel like an offer, an opportunity can come in for her, that she will be in a different energy and she will start to heal and she will start to realize things that she needs to work on. Okay. Yeah, and this is codependency, okay? I feel like there is some codependency issues on both sides here, okay? I feel like with our divine male, there's some materialism that's coming in here, okay? Or ego, like unhealthy ego, you know, thinking very highly of yourself, not putting others first, okay? Also giving into temptations and giving into sort of like that voice in your head that tells you to just live in ego and do things that are really not helpful to you. Okay, so yeah, and I do feel like a little bit on our divine female side, this could be a little bit of a codependency, more so with herself learning to just love and accept everything about herself. Okay, good and bad. Okay, there can be no good without bad, there could be no bad without good. Okay, so we're trying to find that balance here, which we, you know, get with temperance. Okay, but temperance also suggests, again, with the imbalance and again with the sort of trying to control our indulgences and control ourselves a little better. Okay, control our emotions, control our habits, control our need for instant gratifications. Okay, I feel like our divine male is in that energy where he needs instant gratifications. Okay, yeah, and losing the need to always win. This is more on our divine male side, okay? His ego is very, very big. He feels that need to always win, succeed. He needs to battle things out and be the sole victor, okay? And sort of take from people. It makes him, fills a void inside of him, really, okay? That's what I'm feeling here. It fills a void inside. And for our divine female here, to me, this is saying it's more so pay attention to red flags in relationships, because you can't allow people to rile you up and treat you badly and go through cycles with it and expect them to change each time it gets worse. They're not going to change that second, third, fourth, fifth time around. Okay, when somebody shows you their true colors or shows you their ego, their true ego, you have to learn to sort of believe what they're showing you. Okay, so yeah, to me, this is saying this was a bad imbalance of egotistical energy, more so on our Sagittarius side, that affected our divine female greatly. Okay, it affected her greatly because she did want to fight back, and she did. And I do feel like, again, I'm going to say she put more into this than he did. I also feel like she might have been helping him in some way. And when he sort of turned on her, I feel like he may have turned on her, or he changed a little bit, or his moods or his mentalities changed, or his expectations or whatever it may be changed. That's really when it ruffled her up. Okay, really ruffled her feathers. Okay. So now, guys, I'm going to pull a couple of angel cards. I'm just going to grab them right here out of my bag here. And we're going to, excuse me, we're going to get a message out for this whole union, okay? And we're getting Angel of Solitude. So now this is really kind of lining up quite well with this whole reading. So Angel of Solitude, this is saying, yeah, you need to be alone in your own sort of miseries. I know that sounds a little crazy, but you wallowing in your misery is okay a little bit. Then getting up and out of it is really the goal, okay? So more so like learning to accept what is, learning to accept what happened here in this union, and sort of use it as fuel going forward to just start that self-work. Do the things you want to do for yourselves. And you find that in solitude, because when you're with someone else, even in a rebound type situation, you're not focusing on yourself. You're trying to bury the pain sort of in someone else, okay? So really allow yourself to feel these things. Allow yourself to feel sad. Allow yourself to feel emotional. Allow yourself to feel angry. It's okay to feel these things, but learn from them, okay? Once you've felt them, once you've had enough time in those emotions, you know, sort of shift them out, sort of sweep them out like cobwebs. and then try to renew your whole life, your whole spirit, your whole being, your whole wholeness, if it is really, if that makes any sense. Just to take that time to do that inner focus, okay? Find out what you really want in life, what you really want to do, what you really expect from somebody, and let this sort of sit for now. Okay, guys? I hope you enjoyed this. Lizzie the Lightworker here.